A man's personality and character is exuded through his haircut. Your image is important. Our high-end services range from a traditional haircut and shave to gray blending, beard shaping, and unwanted hair removal. Located at 425 Victoria Avenue East. Book your appointment online now at modernmen.ca or call Tammy 306-522-4111. Modern Men, a haircut for the modern man.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
It is NFL Draft Day, and when I say Draft Day, I mean round one.
How about that?
In 1980 was when ESPN broadcast the draft for the first time. It'd been going since 1936. Kind of boring. And ESPN said, hey, can we come in and televise this? And the NFL's like, I don't think you want to do it. ESPN said, leave that to us. And they turned it into what it is now. I compare that to the CFL draft, which I'm not sure will ever be sexy.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Yes, it is. Happy Football Friday, everybody. Welcome to Canada's daytime sports talk show, the best damn sports talk show on the air. Ball for all today, Lynch. How you doing?
Great, really good.
Hall of Fame Rough Riders broadcaster John Frenzy with us here. I'm just tweeting the links to listen online, watch online, and, of course, we're on Game Plus Television across all 10 provinces and 31 states across North America. This is a little thing we call the warm-up, and we're going to have fun on the show today, Lynch. We always do, right?
Yeah. Today's special.
Today's special because Lynch is in for more segments than normal because it is a Football Friday. We've got the NFL draft to unpack. We've got the CFL draft to preview. Lynch has a ton of notes. I think you got more notes in front of you, Lynch, than a CFL general manager. What is all that stuff?
Rough Rider drafting, and what do I got here? Players.
Prospects.
Prospects that they've signed good ones. They've signed some good prospects that the guy gets them for us. You know our buddy, Paul down there, Paul Jones, are really good people. They've had a bunch of guys that have been in the NFL for 2 or 3 years. Now they're cut. They want to get back there. They know they can play there. What did he sell them on? Come to Canada for a year, sign a 1-year contract, and go back. And
yeah. Well, we'll get to that. See, Lynch is ready to go. He's like a bucket horse trying to get out of the stall. Just hang on. So we've got a late edition scheduled to join us today from VSiN. What is it? Vegas Sports Information Network. Mike Pritchard, 9-year NFL veteran, is going to be joining us to talk about NFL Draft Weekend. They're going already today, eh, dudes? They're pecking already.
Oh, yeah, from second row down.
Oh, yeah, but they're going. They don't waste any time in the National Football League. So that's going on. Mike Pritchard from VSiN will be joining us, the Vegas-based Sports Information Network. Joey Kenward, of all things, Sportsnet 650 Vancouver. Who knew that he was a horse racing aficionado?
Nobody. The horse did.
Just the horse, of course. The Kentucky Derby will be run on Saturday, and Joey Kenward, the former voice of the Swift Current Broncos and Vancouver Giants, will be joining us from the West Coast to preview the field. Unbelievable. So get your betting fingers ready.
How about that?
And then, how about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
And then Tori Gurley, our NFL insider, will be joining us to talk about our NFL points here. Former teammate of Aaron Rodgers and still close personal friend. So that's all coming up on the program today. Obviously, we can't wait. So let's jump into the Quick Six Show topics, please. What do you say, Director Jordan? And I see that the comments are coming in just like a raft. You football fans have been waiting all week to talk football, but I can't get to them right now. So you're more than welcome to comment, but I'm not going to read them at the moment because this is about Frenzy and I. Number one, NFL draft, round one leftovers. Wasn't it a spectacle last night, Lynch? Started at 6 o'clock. You know what? Did you feel the picks went? There's 10 minutes between picks, but they filled the time very well. It didn't drag.
They sure did. And they made Cleveland look beautiful. I don't think
Not easy to do.
But they put a good show on, a real good show. They moved along quickly. Goodell's terrific, eh? Give him credit.
He looked very rested and sure of himself last night.
Yeah, he sure moved along. But that's only the first round. First round,
yeah.
They got 5 more to go. 5 more.
I know. And it's going to go over the next couple of weekends, of course.
And that's where you get the difference. Who made the best? Who had the best round? Who had the best success at the draft?
Mm-hmm.
It's the guys who get the good football players from rounds 2 to 5. And every year, there's always about 10 real gems that nobody thought in the world would make the league at all. And they go as free agents or are drafted in somewhere from 4 to 6, something like that. Go to camp and shine.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, but they do it.
I don't know. I was just kind of mesmerized with the whole show of what was going on last night. Nelson Vo, our content creator, has corrected me. He says round 2 doesn't start till 5 Central today. So I was misreading something, I guess, on the Canadian Press Wire. Well, that's good. We're not missing anything then. I thought it was going earlier than that today, but I don't know. Your namesake, John Lynch, the general manager of the San Francisco 49ers, didn't even tell his scouts, Lynch, who they were going to take with the number 3 overall pick. And you were shocked, as was I.
I'm shocked by the whole thing. John Lynch has okayed this deal of Kyle
Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan, the coach. Lets the young man do what he wants, and he wants to go for a guy who he says could be another Warren Moon. He's taking a big chance right there. He's 6'4", 235 pounds. Got a cannon for an arm, right on the numbers all the time. But he hasn't played many games, only about 19 in the last
talking about Trey Lance of NDSU.
Yeah, Trey Lance. He's only played 19 games in the last 2 years. So that I can't see it. Anyway, it was a big show, and they had a couple of real experts there, Neil, the former center, and
Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis, who's great. And both of them said there's no way this guy can pick up all the nuances of football in the NFL in 1 year.
Okay, we got to move. So, yeah, it was exciting last night, and Micah Parsons was the 12th overall pick by America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. They had what I think was the defensive steal of the draft, and the Chicago Bears taking Justin Fields, the next quarterback in Chicago. I want to hear from Bears fans and what you think about that today. So it was a very exciting night 1. But moving over into point 2 of the Quick Six Show topics, and that is Aaron Rodgers. I still don't get it. Lynch, there's a lot of Green Bay fans around here. I've openly asked them, what is going on with Aaron Rodgers that he wants out so bad? And news broke yesterday, just after we got off the air, that Aaron Rodgers has, I guess, told the Packers he'll never play for them again. Moose DuPont's over there. He's sitting on the couch eating donuts. And he had said before the show that he thinks this is a ruse and that Aaron Rodgers just wants out of Green Bay. No offense to Moose Jaw, but I've been told it's the Moose Jaw of America. Just that it looks like Moose Jaw. It's a small town. No, it's not.
Remember, he got married now.
It's not Houston, okay? Yeah. It's not Miami. So this is a way of cooking up a way out of town.
Well, he's got a contract there with 134,000, I guess, for 3 years.
Million.
Million, yeah, 134 million. Let's get it straight. Why he wants out, I don't know, but they manage their coach there. If he's done anything wrong, he should get fired because the guy had them in the final, the NFL final in Green Bay. He had a hell of a year, 48 passes, 48 touchdown passes, a super year. And I think only a couple of interceptions, just a great year. So how could you not treat that guy like gold? That's I don't.
Well, so what? I'm starting to agree with Darren that what the genesis of Aaron Rodgers being upset with what all the pundits are saying is that his heir apparent was drafted last year and he wasn't told about it, that the Packers were going to trade up to take Jordan Love, and he's still upset about that. They've asked him to restructure his contract. I guess he's not happy about that. The main thing is he wants out of Green Bay. So I think we've all, for those that don't know, kind of given you the Coles notes on what's going on here. And that, well, there you go. William Mace is because they drafted Love. But I'm waiting to hear from a Packers fan that's explaining what I'm missing, because in 2005, the Green Bay Packers did the exact same thing to Brett Favre by drafting Aaron Rodgers. Like, Aaron, you did the same thing to Brett Favre, and now it's happening to you.
Now,
we've been talking about this for months. So John, the poll question here for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center is this. Does Aaron Rodgers have reason to be upset with the Green Bay Packers? And I am stunned at the results so far. I'm shocked. Well, it's closer to 50-50. We put this up about a half an hour ago, and it was over 60% said yes, he's got reason to be upset. 53% saying yes, he's got reason to be upset. And I'm sorry, but I had to get out the sponsor mention there, Frenzy. But as you said, the moment you step on the field, they're looking for your replacement, particularly in pro football, but in any sports. I think in life, how can you reasonably be upset by this if you're Aaron Rodgers? And I'm missing it, and I'm starting to think DuPont's right. He's just making this all up to get out of Green Bay.
I don't see how he can be. I don't know how he can be serious about it. I mean, he's got a great deal there. He had a great time on the show, bursary that little way. He's happy there. I would thought he just got engaged. So what's going on? I don't understand it. I mean, they've treated him pretty well. And the thing is this. They've been awful lucky in Green Bay. They had Starr, then they had Favre, and now they hit Rodgers. They've been very lucky to get 3 great quarterbacks in a row. Most places get maybe 2 in a row. And
some have none.
Or none. And then you go 10 or 15 years trying to find the other one. And like, we have been here.
Well, that's why last night as I was watching the draft, I sent Clark a message, and I said, we got to get Torrey Gurley on because Torrey played with Aaron Rodgers. He still counts himself as a close personal friend of Aaron Rodgers. And as you now know, as a longtime viewer of the Rod Pedersen Show, we only have the best analysts on this show of all the sports. So Torrey Gurley's like, yeah, I'll do it. So he's coming on right off the start of hour 2. We're going to get to the bottom of this, okay, with Torrey Gurley because nobody else will say it. Point 3, Thursday's NHL leftovers. I don't assume, John, you watched a ton of NHL hockey last night?
No, but I have watched quite a bit last night.
You have? So here's what happened last night. I saw the Twitter war last night between 2 good friends of ours, Farhan Lalji and Matthew Barnaby, over Wayne Simmons beating the tar out of Alexander Edler last night in the Leafs-Canucks game. We all know it goes back to his kneeing check on Zach Hyman, and Farhan's like, he already got suspended 2 games. This should be over. And Barnaby's like, nope. No, you take out one of our guys, you're going to answer for it. And it just happens to be Wayne Simmons. And again, as my Australian friends say, it's one of their terms, he took the piss out of him. He used him like a punching bag, Edler, last night. And that's what happens. You had to answer the bell. Sorry. And they went back and forth on the code, this and that. Listen, it was going to happen. He got beat up. Don't ever do it again. This is still a man's league, okay? It's still the National Hockey League. They're not going to take that away. So that's my take on that. He had to answer the bell. It's the way it goes. The Flames have figured out Connor McDavid clearly. He's -4 in the last 3 games the Oilers played the Calgary Flames. So the Flames, they're not going out quietly. And I'm hoping the Winnipeg Jets are schooling the video of what the Calgary Flames are doing to Connor McDavid. And if you watched any of that game, I went back and forth. They played him heavy. They played him hard. They were on his back. They were in his face. They made life hard on him. The Winnipeg Jets stand and watch him.
Yeah.
The Flames got in his face Sutter style. So if Winnipeg learns in the next 2 weeks how to do that, they get a chance to beat Edmonton in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. If they don't, they'll be swept. How about Sam Bennett? Scored in overtime last night for the Florida Panthers. From Calgary, where you're a healthy scratch, to Sunrise, Florida, where you're scoring and playing in overtime.
Tough.
How about that?
Hard to take.
How about those Pittsburgh Penguins, by the way? They clinched a playoff berth for the 15th consecutive year. That is not easy to do.
No, sure isn't.
It's the model of consistency, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So kudos to them. I don't think they were really dipping when Jim Rutherford stepped down as general manager, but obviously Hextall and Brian Burke hasn't hurt. So kudos to the Pittsburgh Penguins, by the way.
Good coach.
Yeah, and I think that they're tied now, I think, with Washington for the division lead in the Mass Mutual. So anyways, playoffs going to be fun. You can't call Pittsburgh a dark horse. They're not going to sneak up on anybody. Somebody was suggesting that here a few days ago. No, and they're a division leader. The Pittsburgh Penguins are not sneaking up on anybody in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They go in as a favorite, I would think.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, one more. The Ottawa Senators are out of the basement for the first time all year. I just want to point that out. So Vancouver's now 7th in the Canadian division. Dean Tix, viewer of ours, watches every day from Green Bay. He says, Packer fan here. The Packers GM said he could have communicated better when Love was drafted. That said, Rodgers has paper-thin skin. Rodgers said he was enjoying last season more than anything. It doesn't mesh. No, Dean, you're so right. It's not adding up to me. It's not adding up to me what's going on with Aaron Rodgers here. And what this smacks of being very selfish to me, it's not the Green Bay Rodgers, it's the Green Bay Packers. And whenever Aaron Rodgers leaves, the Green Bay Packers will go on. It's not about you, Aaron. It's about the franchise. And I don't understand why he should think he should be abreast of them trading up in the first round to get his replacement. I don't understand. Tori Gurley will explain it later on. Moving on. Point 4, CFL notes. All I got to say about this, Disneyland opens today in Anaheim, California. And why that matters is they've been closed for 13 months. Disneyland in Anaheim, California. California, a Democrat state or liberal state. If you want to look at what's going on in America versus what might go on in Canada, it would be California. And they're opening to 25% capacity today to only in-state residents in California. But it tells me good news, probably for the Canadian Football League moving forward into this summer. Lynch, I'll give you 30 seconds. Your friends are all excited that the CFL is going to play. Am I right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to play. They're going to go all out to start at the first week of August 5th. They go to a camp in the first week in July. I guess it's a quarantine camp, more or less. After that, they go to a regular camp. They get in shape, real good shape in 2 weeks. Then have a couple of exhibition games. And then, first week of August, they start. They're still adhering to that. I think they should put out a schedule. I'm waiting for them to put out a schedule. That's the proper thing to do. The NFL did theirs yesterday. But they're going to go do it. They're determined they're going to do it. The two guys I talked to, 2 former commissioners. How about that, eh?
How about that?
All
How about that?
in favor. Both of them definitely feel, because of what's going on and the drive out there, enough key people out there want football. So it will happen this year some way.
All right, thank you, Lynch. You understand this guy over here? This guy over here? You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And I'm having a tough time here right now. Trent in Norway calling. Clear and plus 12 in Bergen, but I can't believe that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. How many John Lynches live out their football dreams? I can't wait for the CFL draft and see what happens there. Have a good weekend, everyone. That's from Trenton, Norway. 5th point, Braves at Blue Jays tonight, 5:07 Mountain. First pitch from Dunedin. Jays 11 and 12, third place in the American League East. And we've got a minute to do the NHL top 5, bottom 5. Are you ready? We got a minute for that, Clark? We're doing it anyways. Are you ready, Frenzy?
Yep.
Number 1 team in the National Hockey League from the RP Show, the Vegas Golden Knights, Canada's team.
How about that, eh?
Number 2, the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 3, the Florida Panthers. Number 4, the Washington Capitals. And number 5, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Sorry, Leafs fans, no soup for you. Bottom 5 in the National Hockey League. Are you ready? This is where it gets exciting. Number 27, the Vancouver Canucks. Sorry, Vancouver, but you're worst in Canada, 5th worst in the NHL. Number 28, the New Jersey Devils. Number 29, the Anaheim Ducks. Number 30, the Buffalo Sabres, and the worst team in the NHL. Kudos to you. You get a piece of cake, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Any argument?
Nope.
That is your top 5, bottom 5 in the NHL. This has been the warm-up for the Four Seasons Sports Palace. Joey Kenward joins us next. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 Ford F-150, Ranger, Escape, and more. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation, 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of lemon and Saskatoon berry with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Friends, you're going to want to put your headphones on if you got them there. From the Prairie Mobile text line, because Joey Kenward isn't quite ready to go, Clark tells me, from the West Coast. DG in Saskatoon writes in, he says, morning, guys. I called it. Trade to the Bay. Great pick by the 49ers. Great to see his dad Carlton on the TV interviews and the Rough Riders and the CFL being mentioned in the front and center on the NFL draft coverage. That's right, Carlton Lance played for the Rough Riders. His son Trey, the third overall pick to the San Francisco 49ers last night. While we await Joey Kenward, here's a sports update. Let's do it now. Elias Lindholm scored twice, and Dylan Dubé added an insurance goal in the third as the Calgary Flames defeated the Edmonton Oilers 3-1 at Rodgers Place. The victory moved Calgary 4 points behind the idle Montreal Canadiens in the race for the fourth and final playoff spot in the Scotia North Division. Meanwhile, Scotiabank Arena is a tough spot to play for the Vancouver Canucks, apparently. Austin Matthews scored his league-leading 36th goal of the season as the Maple Leafs beat the Canucks 4-1. Vancouver hasn't won in Toronto since December of 2011.
Wow.
I know. In the dub, Brett Kemp and Lucas Zaykovsky both scored twice, and the Medicine Hat Tigers toppled the Lethbridge Hurricanes 6-2 Thursday. Jet Jones and Ty Nash replied for the Hurricanes, who got 24 saves from Carl Tedachuk. Jake Lee made it a 3-3 game at 14:29 of the third, and Alex Svetlikov scored the winner less than 4 minutes later as the Kelowna Rockets earned their fourth win in a row by topping Vancouver 4-3. And Cale Zimmerman scored the winner at 4:19 of overtime, and Jack McNaughton did his part with a 32-save outing as the Calgary Hitmen dealt the struggling Red Deer Rebels their 13th consecutive defeat by a score of 4-2. Nikola Jokic had 19 points and 11 rebounds in just 3 quarters to lead the Denver Nuggets past the visiting Toronto Raptors 121-111. Denver improved to 8-1 since Canadian Jamal Murray went down with a torn ACL in his left knee April 12th. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store and for Red Bull Canada. Red Bull gives you wings. Now, what's going on with Kenward? Okay. It's a connection issue, obviously. I was like, did he forget the interview? He asked to come on, for the love of Pete. Now they say he's been trying to log in for 5 minutes. So if you go to my Instagram story, every Friday, you'll see me picking up John Lynch at his palatial South Regina estate. People love it, Lynch,
yep,
as you know. And I said, driving you up here, you're going to have to take over the whole show. And you kind of have been trying a few times.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. You guys tell me the second Joy's ready to go, and I'll cut you off, John. But I said, you got to take over the whole show, John. People are excited around here about CFL football, right? And
no question.
It's looking that way. But who were all that you said? Your garbage man?
The garbage
your
man.
Your dentist?
Power man. My dentist. My guy who works in my car. And my wife had 3 guys that she works with and associates with, bugging her what's going to happen in football this year. And the irony of all this, how bad it is. You want this one?
Yeah.
My ex-wife also had a couple of calls.
She's excited.
She had a couple of calls.
How about that?
But, yeah, I mean, that's the way it is. People are really interested and fired up about the football thing. They really believe it's going to happen and want it to. No doubt about that. They care about football in this province and will go to the stadium. I have no doubts about that stadium being filled.
Nice work. Okay. So, again, I'm a little blown away about this. Can we get Joey Kenward on our screen from Sportsnet 650 Vancouver? Joey, look at this. Blown away, my man. I had no idea that you were into the beautiful game, the beautiful race of horse racing. What's the deal as we get ready for the Kentucky Derby Saturday?
Well, you've got a 20-horse field that's set to go, and it is a race from a bettor's perspective that's completely up for grabs. When they put the morning line odds out midweek, Rod, there were only 4 horses out of 20 that were in single-digit odds, okay? And Essential Quality, who's the undefeated gray horse that's going to be running in this race, perfect 5 for 5 in any race that it's run, he's the heavy favorite going in at 2-1. But nearly half of the field, nearly half of those running in this weekend's race were 30-1 or higher. And that tells you right now, if you're interested in betting, if you're interested in putting a few dollars down, the payouts are going to be massive when you talk about those quote-unquote exotic bets, trifectas, superfectas, high 5 bets. It's going to be a bettor's dream when the horses go for the best 2 minutes in sports tomorrow at Churchill Downs.
Well, look, My mind's blown that it's you coming out of my screen giving me the information. There's horse racing people from across the country here that have questions for you, Joey. What's the deal? You're as city slicker as it gets, man. So, like, you got a history in horse racing?
You know what? Not a long history, to be honest with you. Born and raised here in British Columbia, worked in Saskatchewan for a couple of years, as many of your viewers know, being the play-by-play voice of the Swift Current Broncos in the early 2000s. But I got on to horse racing when I started working for the Vancouver Giants back in the 2000s. And at that time, the home of the Giants was the Pacific Coliseum. And right behind the rink was the famous Hastings Racecourse in Vancouver, one of the most picturesque thoroughbred tracks anywhere in North America. So I started going there and got to meet a few people and eventually got involved where, in fact, I got into a syndicate to be part owner of a racehorse. Never found the winner's circle, but we don't have to talk about that. Anyways, I really loved the entire environment, the people, the trainers, the jockeys, the people watching. It's awesome. I actually went to the Kentucky Derby, Rod, back in 2018 and was fortunate enough to be there when Justify wound up winning the Derby en route to winning the Triple Crown. And that's a pretty rare feat in sports, as a lot of our viewers will know. But what was awesome about that is there was a Canadian connection to that particular horse because the breeder, although the horse was bred in Kentucky, the breeder is from here in British Columbia. His name is John Gunther. And I got a chance to meet John, was there with him in Louisville when the horse ran and won, and have been able to meet a lot of cool people and connect with a lot of people, including the Canadian connection that's going to be in Saturday's Derby. There's a really, really interesting story for Western Canadians to follow.
Okay, so I was going to say I hear the Kentucky Derby is just mind-blowing. People say it's the best thing you'll ever attend in sport, period. So we can talk about that. But what's the Canadian story? What should we all be following up here in the Great White North?
Well, it's one of those long shots that I mentioned. And on the morning line odds, the horse that's going to start in the 4 position is a horse by the name of Keep Me in Mind. Now, he's a horse that's not won in 2021. His last race that he won was actually at Churchill Downs, one of the early prep races to get into the Derby. Keep Me in Mind is trained by a gentleman by the name of Robertino Diodoro. Now, he's one of North America's top winning horse trainers. But he originally came from Calgary, Alberta, born and raised in Cowtown, played junior hockey. He was a goalie. In his teenage years, Roddy, Diodoro actually played junior hockey in the now defunct Rocky Mountain Junior Hockey League for the Williams Lake Mustangs. He left hockey, pursued horse racing, and has had an unbelievable career. So this will be his first time having a horse in the gate at the Kentucky Derby. One of the co-owners of Keep Me in Mind is a gentleman from here in the lower mainland of British Columbia. Arnold Benowith is co-owner. He calls White Rock, BC home. He's actually down with his family in Kentucky this weekend. It's a long shot, but what would only be the second time in Derby history an owner/trainer combination from Canada has a horse in the gate. And I'll tell you what, if they somehow pull off a massive upset here, this will be a story that's talked about coast to coast in Canada after the race is finished with.
Wow, Joey Kenward with us from Sportsnet 650 Vancouver previewing the Kentucky Derby. I told you horse racing people are watching. Troy Colbeck, the announcer at the harness racing track in Winnipeg, says, could you ask Joey if he knows anything about what's going on at the harness track in Fraser? Is there a story there?
Yeah, Fraser Downs actually is one of the longest standing, as mentioned, harness racing tracks in Canada. They've unfortunately had to close down their operation temporarily through COVID because the giant parking lot that's there, and that's on the grounds of the famous Cloverdale Rodeo here in British Columbia, they're actually using that for testing, for vaccinations, for people that are able to get it here in BC. So that particular track is closed down, but the long-standing century-plus old track that runs thoroughbreds here in Vancouver, Hastings Park, that's going to be opening for racing here in Vancouver on Monday, just a couple of days after Derby weekend.
Okay, Joey, they all want to know your pick.
How much time?
Got a minute?
You know what? I was gonna hopefully see this guy here. Now that's a bobblehead of Mario Gutierrez.
Wow.
Okay. Now Mario ran it at Hastings Racecourse here back in the 2000s, and he actually made a name for himself when he was aboard not one but two Derby runners in I'll Have Another and Nyquist. Same trainer, same owner, but Mario's not there. So I'm going to have a lot of different bets. I'm not going to tell you how much I'm betting, but I'm going to have a lot of different tickets. Essential quality has to be on each and every one of my tickets. He's 5 for 5, is as good a thoroughbred is in this 20-horse field. Obviously, for Canadiana reasons, I'm going to have Keep Me in Mind. The other two that I think have a legitimate chance, and there was a lot of horses, quite frankly, that based on the prep races leading up to the race have no business being in a Triple Crown race. They wound up winning these prep races with huge long shot odds, but they're here. They deserve to be here, and they're going to run. And that's why it wouldn't surprise me if a horse a little bit deeper down the pool in double digits winds up hitting the finish line first. Midnight Bourbon is a horse that I think will have a really good shot of finishing in the top 3. Rock Your World is another horse that you'll watch very closely here leading up to the Derby. And there's another gray in the horse, and not a lot of people have talked about it. He hasn't run a lot. I think he's only won 3 times. But if there's one of the heavy long shots, I think that's got a chance to win. It's a horse by the name of Soup and Sandwich.
I was just going to say it.
So keep your eyes on that one. That he hasn't had a lot of talk. And when you're watching the NBC telecast tomorrow, there will be mentions of each and every horse. But he's a really, really sneaky horse coming into this race. It's a complete race up for grabs. Remember, 20 horses in the field. These horses normally run in races of 8, 10, 12 at the most on the track. 20 horses means upsets certainly could be in the making when they run for the Roses on Saturday.
You said NBC has it?
NBC will have wall-to-wall coverage all day here in Canada. So that's where you're going to. And if you win, or even if you don't win, I know there's a lot of people out there that love to get into the festive spirit. And I've been collecting these Kentucky Derby commemorative bottles of bourbon. They're art. They're not to be opened up. These are art collector items. But if I win big, me and those closest here that I'll be celebrating with, hopefully, we might have to maybe celebrate with a Kentucky Derby bottle. We'll see.
As we let you go from the broad...
5 of them, Rod. I've got 5 of them. I haven't opened them because I haven't won. What does that
good
tell
luck
you?
to
The
you.
collection's getting longer. But yeah, because my betting hasn't been worth you-know-what.
Good luck to It's been horse, you know what. From Kyle in New York from the Broadway Hat podcast, he says, like, known agenda and dynamic one as long shots.
Hey,
That's
by the way, and there's a big reason why you're interested in those horses following this race. Owner of the Florida Panthers, Vinny Viola, has ownership in both of those horses. The last time I was in Regina, Rod, was when the Kentucky Derby was in 2019. Always Dreaming won that race. I had to go off-track betting in Regina before the Pats and Seattle Thunderbirds final. I think it's I can't remember the local establishment there where you're able to do the off-track betting. I think people there know it as the Pump, formerly known as the Pump.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wound up making the bets there, and Vinny Viola had that horse that year that won it. So there's some NHL connections in there as well, and certainly those two horses, Known Agenda, which is in the number 1 hole, and the other one is in the 11 position coming out of the gate. So maybe we see some NHL ties in the winner's circle coming up here on Saturday.
Joey, thank you so much. There are more comments, but we're right out of time. You know how that is. Thanks for making this a great Friday, my friend. Enjoy the racing.
I'm glad we're able to up the fashion.
Yeah, absolutely.
To your program as well.
Right.
Here. So,
you got it.
No shot at your other guests. No shot at your other guests.
Just me.
Or you. But just try to.
Thanks, Joey.
Thanks a lot, Roddy. Enjoy the races, everybody.
We will. The man is an entertainer, Lynch.
Oh, is he ever?
He's an entertainer. Okay, we'll be back. We got so much to unpack. Tori Gurley and Mike Pritchard coming up as well to talk NFL. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of delicious peach with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
And John Frenzy with us here today, the Hall of Fame Rough Riders broadcaster. Coach Sweet, I hope you don't mind. Longtime pro football coach. Now he's coaching in Washington. Are you not, Sweeter? He's DM'd me. He says, Chris Sweet here, sitting by the pool at the beach, listening to your show. Love your Football Friday shows. Keep up the great work. Remember Coach Sweet, Lynch?
Yeah,
of course
sure
you do. I'll never forget meeting him for the first time. George Cortez gave me a tour of the Stampeders' offices there in Calgary, and he and Coach Sweet shared an office together at McMahon Stadium. Sweeter, thanks for watching.
Bob,
I appreciate
Bob
it.
Sweet?
Chris Sweet.
Chris Sweet. I met him.
And you're thinking of Don Sweet,
maybe,
the former Alouette kicker. So everybody bring it in as we get on track with the Football Friday here. I want to involve our listeners and viewers here, whether it be the YouTube or Facebook feed or the Prairie Mobile text line. Here's some of the questions and comments. Allie Hicks writes in, says, happy Football Friday from sunny downtown Edmonton. Looking forward to watching this entire show tonight. Have a great weekend, RP show. From Beneath Sports Twitter account in Toronto, says, which quarterback was drafted to the best situation? Hashtag NFL Draft 2021. Now, there's a great, I got to think, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yes. No doubt about it. Trevor Lawrence.
I'm talking, you know what he's saying. He's saying the next ready-to-go offense that you're not going to get your head torn off Because they can't play Justin Fields in Chicago, Lynch.
No.
Not next year.
Couple of years.
So Frenzy over here, his namesake, John Lynch, acquiring Trey Lance with the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah.
They're talking about starting him next year.
This year.
Well, this year, next year, whatever, yeah.
I can't see it. I mean, they believe he's another Warren Moon. I can't see it. I mean, they're going to ruin the guy, I think. I mean, he's got so many nuances of what goes on in that San Francisco system. He can't digest all that and absorb it in 3 months.
It's a lot, but he wouldn't be the first, Frenzy.
Well,
to be drafted and play the next year, there's a lot. Carson Wentz, Jared Goff. Well, the list goes on. It's a long list.
Yeah. But he needs to get more experience. He needs to be in the roster for a couple of years. And anybody who's been around will say that. He just can't absorb all you have to.
It won't be New England. It won't be New England because Bill Belichick said last night in his normal terse way after the game, Cam Newton's our guy. And then whoever's next ready between Jarrett Stidham and Mac Jones will play. But hey, I snickered yesterday at Todd McShay's mock draft. He had, at number 15, the New England Patriots selecting Mac Jones. What did he know, Lynch?
That's a good one. I don't know. He figured it out. Yeah, that was a long shot, to say the least. I thought they'd be way up to 20 or 25 before they had a chance to do anything. It's ideal for them. Jones is a winner all the way. Great guy, sharp, brilliant. I think he'll do real well. He'll be the next great Patriot quarterback in a couple of years.
You think so, hey?
Huh?
You think so?
Yeah, won't play right away, but he'll play in the next couple of years. Newton will start this year, and he'll juggle with Jones. Same thing next year. Then finally, in 2 years from now, he'll take over.
The question, from the guy in Toronto was, who's walking into the best offensive situation? Like Jeff Kabilis in Winnipeg writes in, he says, I think Lawrence is pro-ready.
Oh,
he absolutely is the most pro-ready, but if you put Trevor Lawrence on the Chicago Bears, he'd get killed.
Yeah.
So I said, who's walking into the best situation?
Obviously,
and I think it's Jacksonville, even though they were the worst team in the NFL last year.
Got a great
they were hanging in at the start, right? And I don't know where the bottom fell out.
Yeah. Great coach in Urban
Gardner
Meyer.
Minshew became Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. I know that terrible name.
Gardner Minshew?
Yeah.
It's a great name. Not the best quarterback.
I think it's funny. It's a great city to walk into in Jacksonville. It's a naval base down there. Great coach in Urban Meyer, winner all the way. National champion with Florida and Ohio State. He's a winner. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens down there. He's well aware of how good that football team should be, and he'll go all out to make it that way. And that team's going to improve a heck of a lot in the next couple of years. What's going to happen to San Francisco is beyond me. I don't think they're going to improve. I think, and Joey Garoppolo is going to be, well, how would you like to be him? He hasn't got a chance.
I would like to be Jimmy Garoppolo for at least a day.
Yeah, maybe a day.
From the Chip-In folks, watching from, you guys are in Seattle, are you not? From Chip-In, Najee Harris, number 25, thought sure he was going higher, but the Steelers got a great one in him. I think everybody walks away from the draft table excited with their selections, especially on draft night, right?
Yeah,
I can't imagine anybody wouldn't be real happy. I know the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, very happy with Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of Penn
he's
State.
A great one. Number one linebacker. And A.J. Harris, a running back, goes to Green Bay. Sensational running back. It's funny, Green Bay needed it badly, and it works out. They get him. Yeah, you wonder if it isn't set up somewhere.
Chris Robinson, watching in Kingston, Ontario, says, who is the best quarterback in the AFC East in 3 to 4 years? I will say Mason Rudolph, who just signed an extension yesterday. Baker Mayfield. What do you think?
Who is the best quarterback?
Lamar Jackson.
In the East.
What a murderer's row.
Yeah.
That's the North. Well, the East. Oh, wait a minute. You're talking Falcons, Buccaneers. I'm jumping around the division here.
Well,
that's the Patriots division. Yeah, it's Jets. Well, that's a very good question, by the way, because they're talking about Zach Wilson being the next Joe Namath.
Yeah. I think the guy who will be the best quarterback will be The guy that
Tua Tagliavola?
The Saints have. That were the Patriots. I think Post will be it.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones will be it.
Thank you for the question. And by the way, just before we break, on the Capital Automall Universal Collision Center, does Aaron Rodgers have reason to be upset with the Packers? 68% on Twitter saying yes, he does. What are they saying on Facebook, guys? Man, the majority saying yes. 67% on Facebook saying yes. Aaron Rodgers has reason to be disgruntled that they drafted his replacement in Green Bay. I still haven't figured out that story, but Tori Gurley will be with us right off the top of hour 2 to unpack it. Pardon the pun. We'll be right back with more Viewer Takeover. Hang on. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
Capital Ford Lincoln is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of pre-owned vehicles. Every pre-owned vehicle at Capital Ford must pass a thorough inspection, ensuring that your buying experience is quick, easy, worry-free, and just like new. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital Ford Lincoln is your used car destination. 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Welcome back, everybody. Plenty of time with John Frenzy here for your questions and comments. I should mention this before we go any further. A package came in the mail yesterday. I'm going to read the card here. Rod, thank you so much for having us on and coming on our show. We have loved getting to know you and the RP team. Here's a little something for your desk, signed the Slapshot Sweethearts. Look at this, Frenzy. It looks like an old Hockey Night in Canada puck. From the Slapshot Sweethearts in Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles.
How about that, eh?
Megan and Walshy. Megan and Shannon with a puck. So
there it goes.
I'll set it there on the front of the desk for now. So back to football. Boy, people are really digging into this. From Dean in Green Bay, he says, if Aaron Rodgers was that disgruntled, he shouldn't have signed that extension. We're really getting into it here now.
He didn't like them signing Love. But
Jordan Love.
His credentials are very impressive. He's had a great career, but he still hasn't done a thing in pro football. So.
James Thrice.
Huh?
You're in one of the viewers, James Thrice. You're in Boston, right, James? He says, I don't see the story with Rodgers beginning with drafting Love, but rather the lack of drafting to help the offense for over a decade, compounded by drafting Love. Look, you diehard Packers fans know more about this than me, but he had an MVP season. Oh. We're not Tom Brady Patriots where he had no weapons. We watched the games. The Packers went to the conference championship last year and crapped themselves, potentially on a bad coaching call. Remember?
Yep.
By Matt LaFleur.
Yep.
So what do you mean he hasn't been surrounded by talent? The talent is there.
He didn't know what to do. He choked. Let's call it what it is.
From Tank Abbott, watching from the Energy City, he says, trouble in Green Bay is music to my ears. Hashtag Skol Vikings. From Sean McCormick, he's watching in downtown Toronto. He is operating at the Game Plus Studios, Frenzy. He says, Josh Allen will be the best quarterback in the AFC East in the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
he is
right
now.
There. He's right there.
And he will be in the future. Zach Wilson will be a close second. I'm not in on Tua. I love how everybody's joining the fray here. Thanks for joining us for coffee today for the football discussion. Sean goes on to say, adding Waddle will help Tua be comfortable and another good weapon, too. Did you see that? Waddle drafted last night.
Sure did.
His family was with him there in Cleveland.
Yeah, very impressed.
His name gets called. His family jumps up off the couch. He immediately ignores them and walks across the hall, hugs all the other prospects, and then waddles out to get his hat and meet Roger Goodell.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of funny that he completely ignored his family.
Yeah.
Regarding Aaron Rodgers, because I don't read Star Magazine anymore. I'm not into People Magazine. I didn't know who Aaron Rodgers is dating now. It's sad why this is important, but it is important. I guess it's actress Shailene Woodley. What's she famous for, Clark? Do you know? Well, you know what? Can you put a photo of her up? We can even carry it over to the next hour if you want. Shailene Woodley. I feel like I should know who she is. Frenzy, what's she in?
I don't know.
Yeah, me either. Nelson Vo watching says, why do in all caps, he screams, why do people who say Rodgers have no weapons forget about Davante Adams and Aaron Jones? See? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So the question, I guess a great poll question would have been, would you trade Aaron Rodgers? You saw the Packers general manager saying, we're not trading him. It's turning into a Deshaun Watson situation, John.
It's ugly. Not as ugly as Deshaun Watson.
Well, that's got a few more layers.
Ugly in its own way, but this is ugly too. He can't go back. I don't think there's any way he can go back to Green Bay. And you know, one team I think this might surprise you, but I think they love to have him. How about Minnesota?
Lastly, from Rachel, the intern, she says, Shailene Woodley's famous for The Secret Life of the American Teenager, The Fault in Our Stars, and Divergent. That's why we don't know Lynch. Next hour, Tori Gurley and Mike Pritchard. A lot of football, ball for all.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed. IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Roughriders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
It is NFL Draft Day, and when I say Draft Day, I mean round one.
How about that?
In 1980 was when ESPN broadcast the draft for the first time. It'd been going since 1936. Kind of boring. And ESPN said, hey, can we come in and televise this? And the NFL's like, I don't think you want to do it. ESPN said, leave that to us. And they turned it into what it is now. I compare that to the CFL draft, which I'm not sure will ever be sexy.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
This is what we call the Hour 2 kickoff. Hour 2 second half kickoff. How's your headphones, Frenzy?
Good.
Hall of Fame Rough Riders broadcaster John Frenzy is with us today for this Football Friday. By the way, I have a text message that came in during the break, and I'm going to read it. From Sean in Vancouver, watching on Game Plus television. He says, happy Football Friday, Rod. Aaron Rodgers to my Raiders in June. Bank it. Enjoy the weekend and keep up the great work. Love the show. That from Sean in Vancouver, watching on Game Plus TV. We're getting to the bottom of the matter here, everybody. This is where football intersects with life. Aaron Rodgers informing the Packers, which I don't think was just yesterday he informed the Packers that he wanted out. But this story broke yesterday on day one of the NFL draft, courtesy ESPN's Adam Schefter, that Aaron Rodgers wants out. And listen, I'd like to take people at their word. I like to take things at face value, because with me you can, but not everybody you can. And Darren Moose Dupont said there may be more to this than meets the eye. And I'm not following Aaron Rodgers' dating history, other than I knew that he was with Danica Patrick for a long time. And then Olivia Munn, right, Clark? And now he's got a new gal in his life, Shailene Woodley. And Frenzy, we found a... Oh.
And she's famous for...
a lot of shows.
Micro Bison fight fan.
I don't know. All I watch is Sports Center and games, as you know. Is she on Sports Center?
No.
Then I wouldn't have seen her.
No. I don't know.
So she is the Janet Jones of Wisconsin.
That's right. But she came into the picture very quickly after the other girl left him, and immediately he was engaged to her, so I guess he could get married to her. But they're not married yet.
So that's what they're saying. Big Little Lies. Huh? I guess I got to watch it. Janelle in Saskatoon says Big Little Lies on Netflix is what she's famous for. Not the least of which is all of the other shows that she's been on. By the way, our poll question today for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center is, does Aaron Rodgers have reason to be upset with the Packers? And I can't believe 67% of you saying, yes, he does. They drafted his replacement. How dare they? On Facebook, 68% saying the same thing. Yes, allow him to go. Set him free, which might not be the worst thing. Put Jordan Love in there. Bob's your uncle. But Torrey Gurley, we had to get Torrey on. He played with Aaron Rodgers. I know he's still a good friend. Let's bring him in, our NFL insider. Hey, TG, long time no see, my friend. Thanks for joining us today.
What's going on, fellas? Excuse the backdrop. I'm helping my nephew move out of his dorm room. He just finished up his freshman year in college, so I'm in his room. But I knew I had to jump on the call because it's been such a long time, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys.
Hey, listen, you got your work clothes on. You're working. I get it, and I appreciate you finding time for us, Torrey. So where are you at with the Aaron Rodgers news that he wants out of Green Bay? What are you thinking?
I'm not shocked. I mean, he showed frustration over the past 2 years. Obviously, he was upset with Mike McCarthy, and then they got rid of Mike. They brought in Matt LaFleur. Now he had a year under his belt to work with Matt and figure out the offense and master it. And I think it dates back to that play call in the NFC Championship game right before, in the fourth quarter. They were playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and had a chance to score. And the coach ends up taking Aaron out of the game and kicking a field goal. So you go out, you put up an MVP type of season, and you're playing at home, and you're the hottest quarterback in the league, and you yank me out of the game to kick a field goal and think our defense is going to get a stop on Tom Brady, and ultimately end up costing them an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. And on top of that, you draft a quarterback the year before instead of getting a wide receiver. And I think that's just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Well, Torrey, this is the thing. Green Bay viewers that are watching today down there in Wisconsin have written in and said he's thin-skinned. Some have said he's selfish. That's why I wanted to talk to you. He looks that way to me, but I don't think he is, because John Ryan played with him in Green Bay and loves him, says he's the greatest guy. So that's why I'm kind of wondering if you think this is fabricated somewhat just to get out of Green Bay. Is it all football related, or is it Shailene Woodley related? You know, is this the real Aaron Rodgers that we're seeing here the past couple of weeks?
To answer that question about being selfish, I think we're all selfish to a certain extent, and that's just what it is. And it's a business. And as fans, I get it. You want to see the franchise quarterback stay there and retire as a Packer, but it happened. Peyton Manning was a guy that he was cut. Tom Brady is not in New England anymore. He's in Tampa Bay, and Aaron is looking around like, I'm trying to win. Even Drew Brees, with him being with the New Orleans Saints, at least they put weapons around him. And every time it seemed like Green Bay just keep giving him the short end of the stick, and they're wasting his talent. So I would be upset as well. And I think he's done a great job of being a team player. And throughout all the craziness with the Green Bay making ill-advised decisions during draft, he's been a professional. But yesterday, with him putting his foot down and putting the Packers on the clock, it just shows that he's extremely frustrated, and he wants to go somewhere where he has opportunity to win a Super Bowl and not carry the team all by himself.
Thank you for the explanation. Thank you. That's why you're the best. John Frenzy.
Do you think the coach, LaFleur, in his second year coaching the Packers, can handle Aaron Rodgers? I'm just not impressed with LaFleur. I guess that's what I'm trying to say to you.
Do you think he can handle Aaron, the personality?
Yeah.
No. I just think, and it takes a special someone to handle a quarterback of his status. Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, those guys, they're on a different platform. They're in a different stratosphere, and you have to handle them with delicate gloves on, because if not, if you piss them off, now you're in this situation where, everybody's looking at you like you're the bad guy. So you got to take care of the superstars of the league, and unfortunately, Green Bay hasn't done a great job of that. And, they continue to draft these defensive guys, and I get it. It is a business. You got to make sure you have defense. But if I had Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, whatever he wanted in the draft, I would make sure he had it, just so he can go into every offseason by being like, you know what, I got a new weapon. But with you just throwing undrafted free agents this way, or just scrap parts to a team, you can't do that. You really got to give him talent so he can go out and win, because Tampa Bay, they reloaded. They signed Gronk back. You have Antonio Brown back. They're just, you still have Sue. Shaq Barrett re-signed a contract, and there's a great opportunity that they're going to be in the NFC Championship game. And Green Bay is looking like, oh my goodness, like, yeah, we have guys on defense, but I need more on offense, and that's where Aaron is. He's got extremely frustrated at.
Tori, a question from Game Plus's downtown Toronto headquarters. Sean McCormick in the control room says, question for Tori. Do you think the potential full-time Jeopardy hosting job could have an influence, getting paid millions a year to not get hit, etc.? I would suggest Aaron's smart enough to know he can do that for the rest of his life. But Sean's wondering if maybe he wants to speed that up.
No, he's a competitor. This right here is, he wants to win. He could care less about Jeopardy. He would trade in a Super Bowl ring than all the money that Alex Trebek was paid to be on Jeopardy any day of the week. He wants to go down as the best quarterback of all time. And it's hard when Brady already has a leg up with 7 rings. He's trying to get a second one. So for him to be on this road to success, he needs more rings, and he needs to be in a Super Bowl, because it's been 11 or 12 years since he's won that ring down in Dallas, beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What do you think's going to happen, Tori?
I think he's going to force his way out. Whenever a superstar comes out and say, hey, I don't want to be here, I wouldn't rub Aaron that way. He's a man of his word, and if he has to retire, I'm quite sure he'll be willing to retire and then come back and go sign with another team. But I'm hoping Green Bay will honor his wishes, because there isn't anything they can do. The general manager and the president of the organization have showed their hand by drafting a quarterback the year before and continue to get guys on defense. So it's not like you can go out and sign a 1 or 2 free agents. Like this has been a body of work that the Packers have just kind of put in Aaron's face. Like, you know what, we just don't value you as you value yourself. And that's, it happens in business. And, I hope he gets the opportunity to probably play back home. I know people are talking about, San Francisco or Denver, but a team I would look out for is the LA Chargers. Obviously you have Justin Herbert at quarterback, but if you can get Aaron in LA and you have Keenan Allen, you have that defense, you have Bosa coming off the edge. I mean, literally, it's I feel like it's a great fit for him, as well as the New Orleans Saints. If he goes to New Orleans, man, it's going to be Alvin Kamara. It can be crazy. So I'm excited to watch how this thing plays out over the next few days.
10 minutes on Aaron Rodgers. Let's move on to last night's round 1. Winners, losers in your mind? Bears trading up to get Justin Fields. That, to me, I think makes Chicago the winner of Thursday night. But what did you see?
I definitely agree. That is huge, having Justin Fields. They made a mistake a few years ago with Mitch Trubisky. drafting him over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, and now you get a talent of Justin Fields from Ohio State. That's going to be huge. And big shout out to J.C. Horn at the University of South Carolina, being drafted in the top 10 to the Carolina Panthers. Always pull for the hometown guys. So just to watch him literally go an hour down the street and play with the Carolina Panthers, that's going to be extremely beneficial for him and his family and the fan base. So those are the winners and losers to me in the draft.
Who's walking into the best situation offensively? That question came from a viewer last hour. Which quarterback's walking into the engine's ready out of all those quarterbacks?
Trey Lance. I've played with Coach Shanahan in Cleveland. He was our offensive coordinator, and that guy's a mastermind. You watch what he's done with the Houston Texans with Andre Johnson having 1,400 yards and all the different quarterbacks he had down there, what he did with the Washington football team, having RG3, Kirk Cousins, and able to put up numbers. Same thing in Cleveland, and obviously he had the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. So he had the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. So now you have a talent like Trey Lance playing in that offense. It's extremely quarterback friendly, but he's extremely athletic. It's going to be able to show off his run and pass skills, and it's going to be tough for him in that division, but they really have a great chance to make some noise and get back on track.
Hey, before we let you go, you got any friends, colleagues, prospects that are expecting to hear their names called here this weekend? And if so, who are they?
I'm just pulling for everyone. I've been there before. My name wasn't called, and I think that was the best thing that happened to me because it gave me a chip on my shoulder. And I just want to let all the athletes know that the draft is one part of the process, but you got to make the team and you have to continue to work hard because if not, there's somebody coming for your job every day. And with me being able to learn the hard way, man, I'm very appreciative of everything in sport. Just being able to go to my locker and see my name tag over that locker just lets me know, like, okay, I live to fight another day. And that was just an inspiration that has never left me. That little flame, that little fire's turned into a flame and it's propelling me in life. So that's why I tell all those guys, man, save your money, work hard, keep God first, and everything else is going to fall into place.
Absolutely, no doubt. Torrey, thanks for joining us, man. This is exactly what we were hoping to get. We'll let you get back to work. My best to Kim and the family, and let's chat soon.
Yes, sir. You guys take care. I miss you guys. Can't wait to see you. I hope we have a CFL season because we need a tailgate.
I know. The sooner the better. Thank you, Torrey. The great Torrey Gurley.
All right, take care.
Joining us from the United States of America. Not just the best NFL analyst in Canada, the best on the continent. There's no doubt, Frenzy.
He is great.
He is fantastic. Hey, he mentioned, just before we break here, and we got Mike Pritchard coming on next, by the way. I got Mike's bio here. I should read it now. He's on the VSiN network along with Torrey. Mike Pritchard spent 9 years in the NFL with Atlanta, Denver, and Seattle. He appears on VSiN, the host of Betting Across America. Mike Pritchard is. VSiN is the 24/7 broadcast network dedicated exclusively to sports betting. You can follow him on Twitter at VSiN Live. That's VSIN Live. Mike Pritchard will be joining us next. And actually, he is going to be with us after the break. Should I take the break now, Clark? They're telling me that he's connected. They're working on his audio, so we'll get that fixed at the break. And we'll come back with Mike Pritchard from VSiN, 9-year NFL vet. More of this talk, and then we'll round it out today, Frenzy, with the CFL draft talk. What do you say?
Good idea.
Because you got all look at all these notes the man has.
Right.
So we'll be right back. What a great show today. Aaron Rodgers. We got the goods on him from Torrey Gurley. We're covering a lot of ground on this Football Friday. We'll be right back on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed. Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics,
Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 Ford F-150, Ranger, Escape, and more. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation, 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of lemon and Saskatoon berry with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Rod Pedersen here. Hall of Fame Rough Riders broadcaster John Frenzy there. And just ahead of Mike Pritchard joining us from Las Vegas, Nevada, the curling report, which we do daily. Team Germany has been medically cleared to compete at the 2021 World Women's Curling Championship in Calgary after 2 positive COVID-19 tests earlier in the week. The World Curling Federation made the announcement last night, just before the tournament was to start this morning. The German squad had 2 positive COVID-19 tests upon arrival in Calgary, leaving the team's playing status uncertain. Despite the rules stating a team needs 4 athletes, Team Germany will be able to compete in the championship with just 3, with the situation qualifying as an extenuating circumstance. Germany plays this morning against Russia. Carrie Anerson and her Manitoba-based rink will be representing Canada. Their first game is this afternoon. The Curling Report's brought to you by Verge Agriculture, helping farmers plan and optimize their operations across every field. Try Verge's Precision Farm Tech software for free today at vergeag.com. We mentioned before the break that Mike Pritchard is the host of Betting Across America on VSiN. We've all watched it. Our last guest, Tori Gurley, is on that program as well. He joins us from Sin City, and let's bring him in. 9-year NFL veteran. Mr. Pritchard, how you doing today, sir?
Rod, John, I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
100%. You sound like $1 million, by the way. Mike, listen, before we jump into winners and losers from last night, if you don't mind, can you please give me your read on the Aaron Rodgers news yesterday? Because we saw it break, and then there was very little talk about it last night because the focus was on the draft. What's new today?
Right. My read on it, guys, is that it was orchestrated, kind of calculated by Aaron Rodgers. I think if you wanted to have the most effect that you could possibly do it right before the NFL draft, one of the biggest events on the calendar for the National Football League. The words that stood out to me is that he's disgruntled. So it's not about money with Aaron Rodgers. I think it's about the organization. It's about the direction of the team, and he's unhappy with that. So he's trying to exercise his power. Now, there's a debate whether players should do that or not, but I think from Aaron Rodgers' standpoint, he went through this with Brett Favre on the other side when he got drafted into the National Football League, and he kind of sees it happening to himself with his own career. So I think he just wants more control over any situation that he can have control over.
Yeah, but where do you fall on that? Because we've seen that with Jalen Ramsey, Ngakoue, Deshaun Watson before he fell in trouble otherwise. I mean, you survived 9 years in the league, Mike. How do you feel about players forcing their hand? I mean, Aaron's got a lot more leverage than your average Joe, but do you think they should be able to pull this?
Well, you don't have control over your career the older you get into the National Football League. And Aaron Rodgers is a prime example. Here's a guy that just won MVP, but yet the team still drafted his heir apparent, Jordan Love, in the first round. And so if you're Aaron Rodgers, and believe me, guys, I mean, if you're a quarterback in the National Football League, you're an alpha. And you want to remain the alpha. You don't want to have any questions about somebody taking over your job or when are they going to replace you. And so from a quarterback standpoint, and I played with Elway, I played with Warren Moon, some really, really great players and alphas and Hall of Famers. They don't want any type of indecision. They want to know where they stand. And I think that's what Aaron Rodgers is trying to do here. And he's exercising some power, some leverage, and maybe just wanting to go to a different location. It's worked for Tom Brady. It worked for Peyton Manning. It worked for Kurt Warner even, as he was able to get to the Hall of Fame by playing with other teams. So I think Aaron Rodgers is in the same boat in terms of just wanting to end his career the way that he wants to.
Man, we got a million questions for you, Mike. You're good, man. I can see why you and Tori are a hit there on. Well, and by the way, Tori's predicted this will end in a trade. The GM of the Packers saying, yeah. Well, the GM saying we're not going to trade him, but I think, hey, throw Jordan Love out there. They can survive without Aaron Rodgers. So there's the two-part question: how does this end, and what's life post Aaron Rodgers like in Green Bay?
Well, they're going to have to move on just like they did from Brett Favre. And I got drafted the same year Brett Favre did. We both landed up in Atlanta. And Brett Favre got traded to Green Bay, and the rest is history. He's a Hall of Famer. They drafted Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre went on to New York, the Jets, then certainly with Minnesota, almost got to another Super Bowl. So I think that's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to get traded. There's a salary cap situation to where if they trade him prior to June 1st, then the dead cap money, the situation against the salary cap for Green Bay is severe. So they'll probably wait until after June 1 of this year to maybe entertain any type of trades that could be out there. I think the Denver Broncos want Aaron Rodgers in the worst way.
Draft recap from round one in a moment, but first, Ryan McCarthy is watching in Saratoga, New York, and he says, question for Mike, does he still talk to Bill McCartney? If so, how is Coach Mac doing these days? What's the story on Bill McCartney? Who is he, and what's the connection?
Bill McCartney was the head coach at the University of Colorado when I was there. He recruited me, and he's been a mentor. He's been a guiding light for me most of my adult life and all of my life, really, since I was a kid at 17 going to the University of Colorado until now at 51 years old. And, yep, Coach Mac, he's still in Boulder riding his bike and enjoying life right now. Great grandkids. Family is so important to him right now. Some people might remember him from the Promise Keepers that he kind of started up, beholden to the family. He did that for a while, but he's enjoying retirement, still a Buff fan. Still a football fan. His sons he's got a couple of sons that are coaching. He's got one son who's an agent, NFL agent, but yeah, we keep close tabs on Coach Mack, and he's doing well.
Awesome. Go ahead, Frenzy.
Yeah, what do you think really is going to happen here, Mike? Something's got to happen fairly soon, I think. It's got to be very frustrating for the Packers, because they really don't have a quarterback.
Right.
Jordan Love hasn't played it down. So what are they going to do? Or go to the list and see who the free agents are, or try to bring somebody else along, or what? Maybe going to draft a quarterback. They're going to go for a quarterback right now in the draft because they know they have to.
You know, it's fascinating, really, to think about because I think Aaron Rodgers is calling their bluff right now. Like, they drafted Jordan Love to take over for Aaron Rodgers someday. And Aaron Rodgers is saying, okay, someday is now because I want out of here. So I think whether or not Jordan Love is ready, we'll have to wait and see. But for Green Bay, they're probably going to ask for some type of compensation with the trade with Aaron Rodgers to receive a quarterback in return. And so, for instance, if it's the Denver Broncos, could they send Teddy Bridgewater, who they just acquired? Could they send him as a bridge to Jordan Love to kind of help ease that transition from Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love? I mean, that's something that I'm sure is on the table right now.
Mike Pritchard with us from VSiN, Betting in America in Las Vegas. Mike, just back to last night. What did you enjoy? I mean, you enjoyed everything, but what stood out to you from round one in Cleveland?
Oh, I tell you what, the whole draft, the entire draft, because from a betting perspective, which we were able to do, we were able to cash some tickets as some of the picks and some of the predictions came true. But then just the intrigue about teams wanting to select players that they were so enamored by. Like, for instance, Chicago. We, during the show, Betting Across America, we talked about it on the show in which we heard that Chicago wanted to trade up if there was a particular player available. And certainly it turned out to be Justin Fields, right? So here's the Chicago Bears that just vault up into the draft and go get the quarterback that they wanted. Same thing with the Jets. Not only getting the quarterback, but they traded up to get an offensive lineman too to help out the quarterback. So I thought the Jets were aggressive, which was helpful. Parsons going to the Dallas Cowboys. The emphasis on linebacker showed up too. We saw a lot of receivers go. Jamar Chase go to Cincinnati. As high as he did. So there's a lot of excitement about the NFL right now because of all the scoring, the elevated scoring, the points on the scoreboard, and a lot of players that got drafted, they're going to help produce that as well on Sundays.
Okay, what about that really strange one I thought with San Francisco 49ers making the big switch, going for a guy who's played 19 games the last 2 years.
I thought you liked that pick, Lynch.
He looks terrific, but can he absorb what he's got to absorb to be a quarterback in the National Football League right away? I mean, isn't he going to be very confused?
You're talking about Trey Lance there? Yeah. You know what? He's 20 years old. He'll turn 21 next month here in a matter of weeks. I think so. When you draft a guy like this, you're drafting him because someday he's going to be great.
Someday.
Now, I think someday, right. So the 49ers, they're hoping that someday, because they still have Jimmy Garoppolo, someday is going to be next year or the year after. So they feel like when you draft a kid like this with a tremendous upside, then you're planning for the future. But right now we don't need him. So it's a learning curve that needs to be flattened for Trey Lance. And I think, he's got one of the best play callers in the National Football League in Kyle Shanahan, who's the head coach. So he'll have some time to kind of move into that role to become the franchise quarterback after Jimmy Garoppolo.
He's got an awful lot to learn, hasn't he, in the next 2 years?
Yes, he does.
Mike, I got to ask you, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about VSiN. I mean, we're all familiar with it here, betting guys, Vegas Sports Information Network, owned by who's your buddy? Brent Musburger, correct? He's the president?
Brent Musburger, absolutely. Brian Musburger, we have a great group. I got brought aboard, I want to say 6 months ago now, maybe 7, even more. But it's been enlightening to me. I heard about and I knew about VSiN from Mitch Moss, Paul Howard, Matt Humans, who have been with the network for a number of years. And I was always intrigued by it. Playing in the National Football League, I couldn't bet on sports. I was told that it would hurt the shield, and that you can face some offenses if you participated in sports betting as a player. So I stayed away. I'm from Vegas, and I kind of stayed away from the sports books. But now that the NFL has kind of partnered up with sports wagering and certainly some impactful casinos around the world, really, it's been enlightening. My eyes are open now, and so I've kind of partnered up with the gaming industry as well, and have taken a look and a certain level of enjoyment now with sports wagering. And so using some knowledge that I have as a player, some experiences as well, it's been a fun ride so far working with VSiN.
Well, I think it's an awesome fit for you from what I've gotten to know from you today, and Tori Gurley as well. And, Tori is working with VSiN. And if you don't mind, do you want to hear a quick story? Lynch, you've teased this, but John, I never heard this. This guy called Saskatchewan Roughriders games for how long, Lynch?
Since 1969.
Going back a ways.
50 years, over 50 years.
Yeah.
What Brent Musburger was in your living room, Lynch? How did that story come about?
Musburger was in my living room. He was in Regina. He was doing something with horses in Saskatchewan. We have a great horse producer, horse person in Rollo, Saskatchewan, where I come from. They bought the horses to Regina. Musburger came there. It was ABC Sports. He was there alone. And I met him, and we were there for a full day together. That's about 1954, something like that. And I would love, I thought he was a terrific guy. I would love to see him again. So you can mention John Lynch to him and see what he said and let me know. I'd be very interested if he remembers me.
Yeah, he'll say, general manager of the 49ers. Okay. That's what he'll say probably. But anyway, I thought it was a football story. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, Brent is a legend. Even as a college athlete, I was asked, had Brent ever called any of your games? And I can't recall if he did or not. And then when I was in the National Football League, I remember him from CBS, of course, and he's just a legend, right? And so I was hoping that he did, because my father recorded pretty much every game that I played in. And I would absolutely love to hear Brent Musburger calling one of my games. So I'm going through the research right now, which is a lot of tapes. But we get to hear him calling games for the Raiders out here in Vegas, and we know why he's a legend. He's just incredible.
Awesome, man. Well, so are you, Mike. I appreciate the time. Next time we're in Vegas, hopefully we can hook up, and enjoy the rest of the draft. And I appreciate the time today.
Thank you, guys. A pleasure for me to be on with you, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. Mike Pritchard from Betting Across America on VSiN, Vegas Sports Information Network. Frenzy, listen, before you take your headphones off, you have those notes for a reason. And I'm not going to ask you to go through all of them because we only got 26 more minutes. But what are you planning? What do you think the Green and White are going to do for the draft on Tuesday night in the
Okay, they're going to go after Logan Bandy, who's 6'5", 330 pounds, just a sensational offensive right guard or right tackle. The only fault there is that he's a very bright kid, and he's going to have one more year at university to get
Calgary Dinos
to get his degree, and the Calgary Dinos. So he's going to probably stay in school. So they'll have to do something else. But that's the guy they want. He's supposed to be really a terrific tackle, offensive tackle. I mean, they had a great team there last year, the Dinosaurs. They won it all, including college football, and they had 10 All-Stars, I think it was. Winnipeg's taking Nelson Lapopko. The combo. He was voted the defensive player of the year in the whole league across Canada last year. He's going to Winnipeg. I wish we had him here. Now, the other thing the Riders are looking at, they're looking at a guy who can sort of replace Cameron Judge last year. And they got a guy in mind named Grant McDonald, who's 6'3", 210 pounds, runs a 4.3 40, and really fast, good tackler. Everybody figures that Grant McDonald can be the guy from Calgary, once again, the Calgary Dinosaurs, to replace Judge. Hamilton will have 15 picks, and they're going to start things off big, taking Deanne Joseph from Western Ontario, who might even be drafted by the NFL after the days are over. He was that good a ball player. The Rough Riders, that's the two guys the Rough Riders are after.
All right.
I told you, that's the two guys they really want.
All right. Good stuff.
All right.
There, your research paid off.
Thank you.
Joe Loomis, you're looking good, Joe. You're losing some weight. What's going on? Maybe it's that mask under your chin, yeah. Lynch's Chariot awaits.
Great.
Darren DuPont, the Moose, joins us for the first time today.
Great day.
When we return. Thanks, Frenzy.
Bye-bye.
It is the RP Show you're watching on Game Plus TV across all 10 provinces and 31 states. Live daily on YouTube and Facebook and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Capital Ford Lincoln is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of pre-owned vehicles. Every pre-owned vehicle at Capital Ford must pass a thorough inspection, ensuring that your buying experience is quick, easy, worry-free, and just like new. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital Ford Lincoln is your used car destination. 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Lot of sun, smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Probably next Friday, if it's warm enough, the Jeep will be out. Big Bird will make an appearance.
I wondered about today.
Moose DuPont here. They're saying that it's beautiful outside. I wouldn't know here in world headquarters of the RP Show.
No, we're tucked inside. 26 degrees this afternoon.
Woo-hoo!
That's why I thought Big Bird would be out. It was like 11 this morning.
Big Bird will be out this afternoon,
yes,
but just not driving Lynch around.
I see.
And Mrs. P is going golfing this afternoon. So,
oh wow,
how about that?
Deer Valley?
I don't know where she's going today.
Yeah.
By the way, the poll question today, as we've invited Moose in for the first time today, the poll question is for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center: Does Aaron Rodgers have reason to be upset with the Packers? because he wants out. He said that yesterday. 67% on Twitter saying yes, and what are they saying on Facebook?
61% say yes.
The majority saying yes, he does. Now, here's a little life lesson. The older people are saying, what do you know, you little sprout? This is for the younger people. And the clueless older people that haven't figured it out yet. When things don't add up, something else is at play. In any situation, this doesn't add up. So something else is at play. And you've seen our interviews with Torrey Gurley and Mike Pritchard today. Both of them, 2 NFL vets, expecting this to end in a trade.
Yeah, I do too. Look at it. In any relationship, once one person's got a foot out the door, unhappy, not content, disgruntled, there's no fixing it. It's very hard to fix.
Yeah, what would it take to save this?
It would take, stepping away, a big holdout, starting the season without him at the quarterback spot, and then him saying, no, I miss it. When you don't have it anymore, and then you can miss it and be like, no, I want to be here. This is where I really want to be. If he holds out at the start, then it might trigger him coming back and accepting it. But I think it's almost beyond repair.
You were, I didn't see the list that Rodgers is purported to have given the Packers. Where did you see this? San Francisco, Denver, Las Vegas are his 3 destinations to go to.
So probably Denver or Vegas, right? Because Trey Lance went number 3 overall to San Francisco, signaling him being the future there, and they've got Jimmy Garoppolo. Unless they move on from Garoppolo and put Rodgers in for a couple of seasons. I saw that. The other interesting stat I saw, my buddy Phil pointed it out to me actually, and I didn't see it last night, but no quarterback has played 17 years in Green Bay. Bart Starr, 16 seasons. Brett Favre, 16 seasons. And Aaron Rodgers, 16 seasons.
It's the magic number.
It's the magic number in Green Bay if he doesn't come back. So that's kind of interesting, but like you alluded to it off the top, you kind of, said it. I think he just doesn't want to be in Green Bay. It's time, right? You look at a quarterback and you look at what Tom Brady's done. He has said he's never going back to some place like New England, like to the cold and that type of climate.
The quote, I won't be caught dead in the Northeast ever again.
In the Northeast, and it's about the climate. He did that already.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers has done that already. 16 seasons in Green Bay. He's won a Super Bowl. But look, at some point, a guy just wants his due, and he's a mountain guy. His partner right now is that type of a, California. It seems like a California girl or a mountains kind of free spirit, whatever you want to say. Yeah,
Shailene Woodley?
Seems like it from what I've been reading and hearing. So that's why I see Denver being a fit or the warm climate in Vegas.
Well, I got to say something, too, by the way. It's shocking to me, and I guess these guys are younger than me, but not a lot younger than me. Like, I'm 48. Brady's 43. What's Aaron Rodgers? He's got to be close to 40.
37 or 8.
Yeah. So when you go in with these teams, and I don't care what the sport is, hockey, football, whatever, you go into a market, you go straight to the arena, maybe the hotel, right? You play the game and you leave, and you don't ever really get to look around. But when I was going to Florida to cover these training camps that the Rough Riders had for years, I would always rent a car, Darren, and drive around, whether it was the Gulf Coast side, if the Riders had a camp in Bradenton, or down the Atlantic Coast side, if they had a camp in Vero Beach, or go all the way down to Miami, go out to South Beach. That's where the stories are. So it's shocking to me that Tom Brady didn't realize how great Tampa is until he started looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Because all he ever saw was Raymond James Stadium and the hotel, which is nice enough, right? But once he was able to spend some time there, he's like, I'm never going back to New England.
Never leaving.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers is from Southern California.
Right.
So he's just like,
it's uncanny.
I'm done.
It's uncanny, the similarities. You look at Tom Brady at the Super Bowl putting out that ominous photo. Is he walking into Gillette Stadium? Is he walking out? Does that mean he's coming back to the team? Does that mean he's leaving? It took over Super Bowl week, and they called him selfish for doing it. And Aaron Rodgers, this news leaks out on draft day, and they call him selfish for completely overshadowing the NFL draft. There's those similarities. And he spends all of last season watching Tom Brady enjoy Tampa Bay, the social media, everything going down in Tampa Bay, the Super Bowl parade.
They built a team around him.
They built a team around him, the parade on the boats, on the water. And Aaron Rodgers is sitting here, whether you believe he's the best or not. I'm the best quarterback in the entire NFL. I'm the MVP, and I'm playing in Moose Jaw. He's like, I deserve to be in New York or LA or the mountains or play somewhere where he wants to play. Money's not an issue for him, right? So he's won already, and he will be a contender wherever he goes. So
Tank Abbott, watching from the energy capital, says that's why Stamkos didn't want to sign in Toronto. Drives his Lambo right to the rink in his shorts and sandals. That's part of it. That's probably 50% of why he re-signed in Tampa. The other 50% is just the glare of Toronto. It's like, do you want to have your every move watched? It's not fun playing in Toronto if you're a Maple Leaf. Right. It's a lot of fun. Florida is a lot of fun. Okay? And if you got a lot of money and no state income tax, woohoo, Bob's your uncle. Yeah. Sports update, OG Anunoby scored 25 points for the visiting Raptors, and Kyle Lowry had 20, but it wasn't enough as the Denver Nuggets beat Toronto 121-111 Thursday night. Meanwhile, lefty Robbie Ray is expected to get the start for Toronto as the Blue Jays open a 3-game set at TD Ballpark in Dunedin against the Atlanta Braves tonight. Toronto 4-4 at home this year, 11-12 overall. American Hockey League Thursday night. David Gustafsson scored at 3:15 of overtime as the Manitoba Moose edged the Stockton Heat 2-1. Mikhail Burdan made 20 saves, while Bobby Lynch had a second period goal for the Moose. Stockton netminder Andrew Shortage stopped 35 shots in defeat. In the queue, playoffs, Luke Hanman scored twice, and Miguel Tourigny added a goal and 2 assists as Blainville Boisbriand Armada down the Gatineau Olympique 6-1. Blake Richardson, Matthias Laferriere, and Simone Pinard each had a goal and an assist to help the Armada even the best-of-5 series 1-1. The Montreal Canadiens are hosting the Winnipeg Jets tonight. Happy Jets game day to Winnipeg. One of 4 NHL games. The Jets are on a season-high 5-game losing streak heading into Bell Center, but still hold a 6-point lead on the 4th-place Canadiens for 3rd in the North Division. Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights, go into Arizona tonight. Keegan Bradley dominated the opening round at Innisbrook. Bradley enters the second round today with a 2-shot lead following a 7-under 64 in the Valspar Championship. Nick Taylor of Abbotsford and Michael Gligich of Burlington are the top Canadians at 2-under. This sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for breaking Western Hockey League news and information. Visit dubnetwork.ca. And for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, order yours today at g2gbars.ca. Back with overtime right after this. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming, the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade and Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-In Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day. The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Okay, welcome back to the show, everybody. It's overtime, as you know. A full 6 minutes here. That's a lot of time in TV land to cover these. It's viewer takeover, as we always say. How do I get a mosquito bite? Has there been mosquitoes out already?
Haven't seen one.
It's probably a good thing. It means summer's here.
It does.
How about that?
How about that?
Jeff in the zone watching on YouTube says, sup, Rod and Darren.
Sup, Jeff.
Thoughts on the Denver Broncos getting Aaron Rodgers? We've only been talking about it for 2 hours. But hang on, we'll face off on that. But before we do, it's time for the MySask 411 Business of the Week. We do it every week for our friends at Direct West. That's the water bottle on our desk. Every day. The MySask 411 Business of the Week is new to MySask 411. That's the app in your hand, a phone book in your hand. Download it for iPhone and Android. It's the Pet Station. We know pets are family members because we're pet parents too. Pet Station is a family-owned pet store dedicated to providing healthy and nutritious food, safe toys, cute accessories, and the comfiest beds. Located at 1825 Park Street, Regina, Saskatchewan. Visit us today for all your pet care needs. The Pet Station. And how you would find them is, you're a pet owner, right? You know that, Darren. You are. You download the app. It's right on my main screen. Type in pet, search, boom. Bob's your uncle.
Miko's getting some toys.
Miko's getting some toys. Pet Station, our MySask 411 Business of the Week. Can I tell you this, Dupes, that this mosquito.
Mosquitoes don't carry coronavirus, do they?
I don't think so. A lot of other things. I'm such a squirrel, I can't remember what I was going to say. So let's face off for the Mad Greek Restaurant and the Ultimate Fan Zone. The question is, do you trade Aaron Rodgers, and if so, to where? And the face-off, we were going to face off on whether you should trade him or not if you're Green Bay, but we both agree on that they should trade him. Because if you don't want to be here, you got to go. And you agree, right? And they have their next quarterback. Jordan Love, this will be his second year. He's got the year of reps. He's a first-round talent. Throw him into the deep end. I think it's all lining up fine for Green Bay. Obviously, you're going to have a huge amount of cap space if you unload Aaron Rodgers. He wants out. So the question is, where are you sending him? It's not the 49ers anymore. It's either the Denver Broncos or the Las Vegas Raiders. Neither one has a quarterback that lights the world on fire right now.
That's right.
Where does he go?
Denver. I think Denver makes more sense. I think Gruden is happy with Derek Carr, but I think he's also a Marcus Mariota fan. We saw Mariota come in and play well that game that he did. I think there's a lot of chemistry with Gruden and Mariota. I think that's the future in Vegas. I really do. I think the better fit for Aaron Rodgers is in Denver. I really do. I think they've got some weapons. Their defense is good enough. It's a great football town. That's a better fit for me. But I'll be honest, while I agree they should trade him, I think they should do everything in their power not to trade him and really plead to Aaron to say, look, we brought back Aaron Jones. You have good chemistry with LaFleur. You've got the best receiver in Devontae Adams. Hopefully, right? We've got our defenses okay. You've got Robert Tonyan. We brought these guys back to take one more run. We're so close. Aaron, give us one season to win, and I promise you, we'll let you go in the offseason. Give us one more year. That's what I would plead to Aaron Rodgers.
Well, it's the Vegas Raiders. That's where he's got to go. And a perfect fit. Walt's right in there, a team that's ready to take him. Not Super Bowl contenders, but they would be better. So you're saying the Denver Broncos, I'm saying the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
The face-off is for the Ultimate Fan Zone. Jerseys, hats, team apparel, custom framing, stitching, and more. From our man cave to your man cave, visit ultimatefanzone.ca. And for the Mad Greek and Moose Jaw, don't want to dine in? The takeout window is now open and delivery is available. Head to themadgreekeatery.com today. Go over to Moose Jaw this weekend. Actually, wait until Aaron Rodgers gets traded. Order your jersey. Billy can stitch Rodgers on the back of either a Raiders or a Broncos jersey, and then go to the Mad Greek for supper.
Great weekend.
Bob's your uncle. That's
You love that.
That's my new thing. How about the Great Western Ultra update? Because we haven't done it yet this week. Do you want to read the liner? I got to find it here. Do you want to find it? Here it is. Can we do it? Oh, we're going. Okay, draft day is always a very special thing. We saw that Thursday night with round 1 of the NFL draft in Cleveland. Perhaps you're not the most avid follower of the NFL, but Thursday's events were hard to miss for even the casual Canadian. Since it was televised on multiple channels up here, including the NFL Network, it's only natural to draw comparisons to the CFL draft, which will be aired in prime time Tuesday night. The differences between the NFL and CFL drafts are as different as the leagues themselves. The nuances of each are a topic for another time. We'll get into it next week. But what will go down on Tuesday isn't any less special for those who will hear their names called than the American players we saw last night. It's the culmination of a lifetime of work, no matter which side of the border you were born on. For decades, we've discussed how the CFL could make theirs a similar party to the NFL, but it's barely ever gotten off the ground. Apparently, they tried it in 1993. And in 1995 in Saskatoon, I was there, Centennial Auditorium, as a young reporter, in awe of the CFL personalities congregated. Gene Mikowski went 23rd overall to the Rough Riders on that day. I may have the years wrong. It was a long time ago, but you get the point. But that failed to catch on, too. While I'm sure the CFL would love to have a lavish made-for-TV event similar to their American cousins, I'm also sure that's on the back burner now as the league fights for its very survival. It is what it is. Order a pizza and enjoy the NFL draft this weekend. Another tremendous NFL product.
Bingo. I don't know if you saw that at the beginning. They've got the 2-step process in, so it can come up. We'll get there.
Great Western Ultra, an original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Superior taste with only 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
What a show.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Bob's your uncle.
You like me to shut up. He wants me to talk. How about that?